this week was my sister's birthday. Love my sister. Sister's a dang fine human being. It's my sister's birthday. Somehow,
and an important birthday at that, the Dirty 30.
it was the Dirty 30,
She's
right?
getting old now.
She is. She's officially
She
old.
is old, yeah.
There is no more age discrimination for anyone higher or older than you. So it was a thing, right? I didn't have a birthday party. My sister didn't come to the birthday party, either because I didn't have one or regardless, but I wouldn't have required her presence. I like to hang out with her. I can also hang out with her on a Tuesday.
I'm pretty sure we had the landing strip the day before your birthday, though. Didn't that,
It was the day before my
Didn't that kind of qualify?
Kind of, sort of, but my brother was in town. My dad's having heart surgery. Let's have a drink.
Right.
All right, Tyler, you're
Tyler,
on
go
duty.
get the door.
So as we go through the sister's birthday party, right? I've got Pete the Greek, who we will have in studio because there is nothing. Tyler, he is going to kill the levels. You will never be able to get the levels to play.
It's like trying to record Sam Kinison mixed with the baboon. It's wily.
Right. So as we go through the whole thought process of what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, we kind of need to, right? Just for the sake of radio or for the sake of, podcasting. We're actually going
The happiness of the general public. Greco needs to be heard.
So the sister's birthday. Pete the Greek calls. I tell him we're not going to go. We're half debating on should we go, should we not. But we decide to, for radio's sake, right? We need some kind of fodder to talk about.
All for you listeners out there.
Okay.
We make tremendous sacrifices.
And the number one reason why we chose to go, and the whole point behind it, is my sister, although I love her, she's a cool chick, she did the sister cock block to me, right? She did the V block. I didn't think she had it in her. I didn't really see it coming. My sister really doesn't want me to date any of her friends, ever. I can kind of get that, right? But we're all adults. I backed my sister when the whole family disagreed with who she was supposed to be dating. Gentleman of a different, nationality.
Yeah, I was dating a black guy. That old bag.
That old thing, right? Just when you thought we were over it and everything was going to be cool, not so much.
Yeah, let your sister date a black guy and tell me that there's no racism in the world.
Great black guy, great family, right? He ended up being a normal guy. It doesn't matter if you were...
Didn't he actually end up with like a double life?
Yeah, but dude, that's actually...
The first life was a good one. I mean, the one that you knew about was good.
But it's actually more of a white guy trait, right?
Sure. Derek.
Yeah, to have a multiple life scheme going on, right?
Right.
I didn't think he had it in him, right?
Yeah, I didn't get it either. I didn't.
Because you're actually friends with him on Facebook.
Sure.
I don't talk to him when I see him. I kind of want to punch him in the face, but I don't because I'm an adult. And really, it was my sister's choice and whatever, right?
Right.
But anyways, the sister, she V-blocks me, right? I find a dude, blonde, cute, nice, sweet, ironically funny, right? Cool chick. I'm like, oh my God. At the time, I was only dating, dancers or waitresses that worked in bars or whatever. So she was a real chick.
Like a real chick, like
right.
a real human, yeah.
Which at some point I do aspire to do. Like I think if there's one out there or whatever, if somehow I can curtail my behavior to a point.
Statistically, if she is, you won't find her. So,
yeah, no. Yeah. Of course, she's probably out
Indonesia.
looking. She's out looking for somebody right now, and we're sitting here talking to each other in a vapor shop after hours, right?
That's right.
So yeah, this is kind of watching a girl on a couch eat a cannoli, right?
Right.
Because this is what we find entertaining. So I know that my sister's friend is going to be there, right? The one that she V-blocked me with. She's going to be there. A couple other of her cool hot friends are going to be there. It's in Uptown Plymouth, which I like to go back to Plymouth, right? It's the city I'm from. It's kind of swanky and, kind of, I don't even know if the term's yuppie-ish or hipster.
Yeah, you're going to have more people wearing collared shirts than not, I guess.
That's right.
In a way. Or almost exclusively, really. So, I mean, for that little setting.
A little higher class than where we normally hang out, but I do. It's where I'm from, so I like to go back and hang out and do whatever, right? So we decide to go. Greco calls. We get, at the last minute, because I am a thinking man, I invite one of my cool chick friends that is extremely cool and pretty hot, right? You think the Bree's pretty hot?
Right, Bree's pretty hot.
Kind of edgy. I will give you a little brief description. She's like 5'1", gymnasty, has the
nose,
septum, nose,
ring,
whatever, but yet classy and whatever, right? Like, it's interesting. So I figure I'm going to bring her, right? No ulterior motives other than, hey, anytime you have too much to drink, shenanigans can happen, right? So, hey, we come out, I show her a good time, whatever, shenanigans could happen. Or, if anything, I show up in front of the chick that I wanted to date, my sister V-blocked me and whatever, just to kind of go, look, cool hot chicks hang out with me, all right?
It's a thing.
You made a mistake, right? It was your bag. So we go for that reason. The girl in question, we'll call it TK, right? We'll use TK, which I used to FU TK. That was my saying. Every time my sister would mention her name, I was mad. Now, here was my theory. I knew that I wasn't going to be with her forever, and it was going to be super long lasting.
The hell you say? It wasn't going to be eternal love?
No, like everything doesn't really last forever, right? So I went, look, on the off chance we'll have a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, be some sex involved, few
and
movies.
Some alcohol. Don't forget the alcohol. I like the alcohol.
That's right. Well, she's kind of a mellow chick, doesn't really drink all that much, so it would have been a very good. It would have been a cool break from the everyday of what we normally do. Because as much as Bachelor Pad theory and everything that we have, I'm lazy. I would really like somebody to chill. Like if I just randomly walked to my house and there was a cool chick and I was like, hey, what's up? How's your day? Awesome. Cool. Let's take the dog for a walk, right? Take the dog for a walk, come back. Maybe we cook some food. Maybe we watch some TV. Maybe we wrestle, right?
Right.
Do it again maybe before we go to sleep. Wake up. Maybe do a light bit of wrestling in the morning, go to work, and then repeat, right? Monday through Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We can go ahead and change up the schedule a little bit, right? Be creative, spontaneous. Other than that, I would like my exact day to go like that every day. I didn't want it to happen what happened last night. Like why we went to Doug's birthday and we're hungover and had work day from hell and whatever.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Not what I necessarily needed. So TK, the lady in question, I'm being nicer to her and I'm taking it slower and being as gentlemanly as possible. Not that I don't when I'm talking to normal girls, but this is my sister's friend, right? So it's sister's friend. I've got to be nicer. I've got to, take it a little bit because I don't want my sister to be number one embarrassed.
Yeah,
number
you got to
two,
dot your I's and cross your T's. You got to do it in the utmost gentlemanly way,
right? So
follow the code of chivalry.
And it was a good play. Now, not a good nice guys finish last,
right?
They don't. So as I'm doing this, I'm a couple missed opportunities because you never know, it could have been received. I mean, we were dating and going out a little bit and whatever, but I didn't want to push the envelope, although I wanted to push the envelope.
Right.
If this was the envelope, I would like to push the envelope, but I didn't push the envelope because I tend to be a gentleman at points, right?
It's really hard to do.
It is. And you saw her last night, or the other night.
Yeah.
Very cute chick, right?
Yeah.
Blonde, cutesy, whatever, right? I don't understand blonde women. I think they're like great white buffalo. I don't understand them. I've never really dated one. I'm like, oh, you seem neat.
Great white buffalo. Great white buffalo. Great white buffalo.
So we get there. We get in, we hang out. We had a fun Uber ride. I think we scared the Asian lady who drove us.
Yeah,
she seemed a little bit freaked out. Just weird conversation, and it was like the movie Blow, and when they were driving into Vegas. Not that we were doing anything and whatever, but the conversation was very similar. We has Johnny Depp and everybody. I don't know if you've seen the movie. If not, rewatch it. It's awesome. So we get there, walk in. First person I see after I give my sister a hug, look over my sister's shoulder. There's TK. And I'm like, oh, there she is, right? So I'm not really mad at her, right? Just, oh, there you are. And so hey, what's going on, right? She makes eye contact, give her a hug. I was like, there you go. I was like, oh, nice to see you. She was like, really? Is it? And I was like, no, I hate your guts. You're a horrible person. She looked at me.
Damn
I was
you,
like,
TK.
Yeah, F-U-T-K, right? So I was like, no, dude. I was like, no, it's nice to see you, man. Whatever, right? So a bunch of niceties. As we hang out, we have some drinks and, normal bar stuff, right? People, sisters dancing. I'm introducing my friend, my friend with me. Oh, this is so-and-so, so-and-so. So it's neat. And what I do like when you have the female sidekick or, what is it called?
The not co-pilot, but the...
Yeah, why? How does that somehow, out of all the words... God, I can't.
Wingman.
Wingman. So the wing lady,
broad.
right?
Yeah.
So the wing broad was working out excellent because the other people there, my sister's hot friends, the TK, the rest of them, they don't know, is he dating her, is he not, and whatever. So nobody knows, and it's great.
The mystery into the mix. They seem to like the mystery.
They do. And I didn't mention it to any of them either, right? Just do the cordial introduce, whatever. So as we talk throughout the night, TK comes up and, that was weird. How come you haven't talked to me for so long? And why haven't you, why did you, whatever? And I was like, I like, look, not kidding at all. I was mad. She was like, why? I went, I don't know, because I was nicer to you because it was my sister. I passed up on a couple opportunities, right? I go, just so you know, I'm not that nice of a guy. I'm only nice when I have to be, right? If there's certain situations in which I have to. Number one, for business. Number two, for you're my sister's friend. You're my sister's friend. So
you're my sister.
That's a
Joe Dirt.
Little Joe Dirt reference, Joe Dirte. So I tell her this, and she's like, what? And I went, are you kidding me? I was like, seriously. I go, the guy you were with, okay, and the guy that she did hook up with, I took a trip to Texas. I was at your house. She calls me, and it was a spur of the moment. I don't know why I went down there, spur of the moment. But I'm at your house, and I get, hey, let's go to a movie on Saturday. Like, I just flew into Texas on Thursday. Let's go to a movie on Saturday. I was like, oh, I'm not going to be back until like Tuesday, right? This sucks. But I'll be more than happy. Let's go see a matinee. Like, yay, let's go do something, right? I wanted to be around her. Oh, okay. I look on Facebook, at the movies with Sam so-and-so. Guess who dated her for 9 months? Sam so-and-so. I knew that Sam wasn't going to be the guy because Sam has huge teeth. There are girls in the, peanut gallery. She doesn't know. She dates
She's
Tyler. She's fine. But we've got other two in the peanut gallery, right? But you can't fall in love with a dude who has big, like, honking teeth, right? It's off-putting. He can be nice. He can be sweet. But every time you smile, you're staring into eternity, glaring back at you in these gigantic, like, Bucky Beaver teeth. He was a nice guy, and he was a good guy. He bought her season tickets to the doggone Tigers, right? Good guy. I would probably date the guy, right? I would probably...
You regular?
For the Tiger season tickets, maybe we do a little heavy petting. I don't know, right? See how long I can stretch that one out.
Dutch rudder doesn't make...
That's right. Dutch rudder, yeah. It's hands and elbows. That's fine. Right. So I knew that he wasn't going to be the guy. I was like, there's absolutely no way he's going to be the guy. So now I'm upset because he's just going to be a transitional guy, right? He's going to get 3, 6, 9 months.
He's a holding card, I guess
right.
I should say. Yeah.
I would have liked to have been that. That would have been 9 months of some movies, some cuddling, going to like, looking at whatever girls make you do, like, let's go look at the Christmas lights, right? I could be down for that.
Yeah,
maybe
but
some
you're
hot
also
cocoa and sex.
you're overlooking the thousands of complaints that would ensue throughout that process. I mean, there is a...
Yeah, well, here's the deal. She was kind of fun, right? You know I don't like girls, really.
They all are for the first couple months, right? You can pretend you're something you're not for quite a while, I guess, but eventually you become an annoying, nagging demon woman succubus, eventually.
Yeah, no, for sure. But right about that point, I'd have been ready to get out, or she'd have been get rid of like her.
The holding card is done. Time to go find Mr. Right.
And I would have liked that versus the normal. I needed a break. And she was normal. I wanted to see if I could do normal again and work that process out. So that was kind of the deal, right? So I explained this to her. She seems baffled by it and somewhat flattered-ish, whatever, right? So she follows me into the hallway by the bathroom where I have this conversation. And then I figure that it's much better with an acting out physical representation of, like, I'm not that nice of a guy. And I was like, you remember Applebee's? When we went to Applebee's and we were standing out and it was do I grab her and kiss her and do whatever? And hey, what are we doing after this? Like, let's quit playing patty cake, And I'm like, forget my sister, right? She can be mad at me. She's my sister. She'll eventually get over it, right? And then I went, no, it's my baby sister. I don't want to, I've had a good stretch of her not really being mad at me. She's one of the only females in my life who hasn't. Like, mom gets mad quite a bit. Little sister still thinks I'm a good human being, right? So I backed off. And I went, you remember what we were doing in the whatever? And I go, you want to know how it would have gone down if you weren't my sister's friend and you didn't work with her? Hey, blah, blah, blah. I walked across, and it was weird, and it was awkward as all get out because I walked across, I reached over and I grabbed her hand, and she's standing in the hallway, like against the wall. I grabbed her hand, and I was like, Applebee's good. This was nice. What are we doing here? What's going on? Whatever. I grabbed her hand, and touched her on the hip, pulled her close to me like I was going in for a kiss. The sheer look of, like, oh my God, panic or whatever, which is, I guess, what they try and display in the movies with the Gone with the Wind and whatever, with the romantic, like, whatever. It wasn't romantic. It was just like, okay, you're either going to kiss me or not, or I'm going to go to the bar with my friends. Like, either we're going to do something or we're not. Time to go. And I did this, and I grabbed her and almost leaned in and whatever and stopped. And I went, that's what the end of the night at Applebee's would have been a little bit more like. And then you go ahead and chart the course. from that. And she was like, she looked at me a little bit frustrated and flustery and went, yeah, your sister's a jerk. And I went, exactly, right? I was like,
sister's a jerk. Now she's an old jerk.
And we went, yeah, we'll just blame it on, blame it on her. So throughout that night, though, so that was the main reason. So I got to get a little, not even revenge, but maybe vocalize and whatever. And you know as well as I do in this world that now that it has been vocalized and whatever, if I happen to see her again out, ha ha ha, make a little reference, like grab her hand and be like, oh, I got this Applebee's feeling in me right now, ha ha. She has too many drinks, maybe we kiss, maybe we make out, maybe we act like high school kids and have sex in the back of the car. I don't know. But it's all there. At least that was done. There was a bit of shenanigan closure. And I told her that, you're not going to be with this guy. He's not the guy. And I was like, dude, his teeth were incredibly big. You had to have known it. If you didn't know it, like, that's whatever. And of course, her name isn't that. TK, whatever. It was good. So we went, that was had. Conversation was fun. Had fun with little Bree. Everything. It was a cool night. You don't remember a good portion of it because you were not allowed in the bars in which we went.
When we come back after this quick break, we'll discuss why I wasn't allowed in the bar and the shenanigans that ensued. From my part of the story is Jake got to have fun with all the attractive.
Yeah, no, I had a wonderful night.
We'll be back after this short message from our sponsor.
All right, Bachelor Pad. Jake, Blazer, girl who says she's doing nothing, who eats cannoli suggestively on the couch. And we're back. All right, and we were going into the sisters' night. We hit a few cool keywords and terms. The V block, the girl version of the cock block, right? The V block. It happens. It's real. Generally, it doesn't always happen.
But it occurs more in family than anything else, really.
Well, you were kind of cool with it. You let me date your cousin,
right?
You actually helped move it along, which was neat.
Sure. Until we got to drinking heavily and didn't want to go to bed.
Yeah, that was kind of creepy.
I would have watched.
I think we were doing things under the blanket, the old blanket trick. And you came in and sat down and hung out with us, and you sat down, hung out with us, did X, Y, and Z, and I was like, why? We were kind of mumbling to each other like, what is happening?
I was still drinking, I'm half Irish, half Scottish. We like our booze and keep going on, and it seems to be one of my vices. But on the Dirty 30, sister's birthday night, we went out and, I've technically quit cigarettes 6-7 months ago, did whatever vaping, but intermittently whenever I go out drinking, I like them. I went outside for a cigarette with Greco, Crazy Wiley Man, I think I may have had two. I'm a bit of a chain smoker whenever I do it. Well, my second cigarette, and these three very nice put together attractive women pose for a selfie on a temporary fence, and they're leaning up against it and it knocks it over. And I help them up because I'm a fucking gentleman. So
that's the truth.
So I'm helping them up and the bouncer comes outside and I didn't think anything of it. I'm just, no, they fell, I'm helping them up, doing whatever. Try and walk inside the bar and he's like, no, you can't come in. You're too intoxicated. Mind you, I'm on my third or fourth drink there. Maybe I had 3 or 4 before we went out. So
of course,
I'm an expert now in blood alcohol content as per recent issues. But my BAC level was right around a .08. All right, look, if I'm on the border of driving, I should be fine to walk into your bar that serves the alcohol.
Mind you, was that the first bar we were at?
The very first bar. I never made it to the second because I never got in. So anyway, after that, and mind you, I'm wearing flip-flops because I'm a moron, and it's 45 degrees outside, good gusts of wind, and kind of cold. I'm like, all right, fine. Well, these people, I'm going to go to another bar. Me and Greco walk around the corner, go to another one, and he says I can't come in with flip-flops. So I was pretty upset at that point. I walked around in circles and realized there's still an hour left, and I'd probably get hypothermia.
Yeah, what did you do? Where did you go? Did you get into said bar? Any bar?
No, Greco got into that bar. He walked in before me. So he didn't know I was drinking, so I sat outside that bar waiting for him to recognize it, and then at some point I realized he knows I'm not there. He's just still drinking.
Well, yeah.
And so then I mumbled around and looked for other bars, and it was 1:15, and I've got a fully stocked bar at the house because we live in a bachelor pad. So I took an Uber home. I waited the 15 minutes for the Uber to go there, and I went home. I didn't have
these are the things that I lost in the evening. I kind of knew you weren't around. I thought maybe you guys were at the other bar. I wasn't thinking to text. I was too busy with TK and then my sister's other sneaky hot friend who is really conservative and Johnny on the spot, good girl, like good girl, like but really hot, good girl. And she kind of cut loose, and I was like, like, who are you? Like, what is this, right? And I was like, great. Why do I even try?
I started to see it. I had to leave. Like, I left for the cigarette break, like, right as everyone was getting, familiarized and loosened and kind of in the party atmosphere, and which was like, I'm gonna go have a cigarette and come back, and no.
That's the universe saying, quit smoking, right, Mr. I'm a vapor. I own a vapor shop, and, but I'm going to go have smoke, right? That's what happens.